Hey, it's JC. Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. On the table are a couple of knives that would widely be considered as bushcraft knives by the community. The question we're going to explore today is whether these style of knives are really the perfect design for bushcraft, or are they products of marketing? What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below as you watch this. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to help the channel out. And if you would like to support the channel even more, do check out my shop links in the description or the pinned comment. Thanks a lot. Probably the best known example of a survival knife that arguably became popular because of marketing is the Rambo style knife. Now, this isn't the exact knife because the exact knife is usually 10 inches long in terms of the blade, and the handle is hollow with a survival kit inside. This is kind of a mini replica, but I believe those who are familiar with the Rambo knife would definitely recognize this, as it was featured in a couple of the Rambo movies. Another knife that became popular as a result of a movie is the Russian Tracker, which was featured in The Hunted, starring Benicio del Toro and Tommy Lee Jones. There's also this one. It is very well known, but unfortunately it did not get over with the bushcraft or survival community. Okay, the knives shown were featured in mainstream popular movies, so created market interest, and this interest was an opportunity for manufacturers. However, bushcraft knives did not have a movie that popularized them. They evolved out of a movement over time. Let's first quickly go over what are the common characteristics of a bushcraft knife. They're typically between 4 to 5.5 inches. They feature a Scandi grind like this, and sometimes there's a Scandi grind with a secondary bevel like this. They are generally always full tang now. The spine is also sharp enough to strike a ferro rod. The blade steels can be high carbon steel or stainless steel, and they often have this kind of a drop point or very close to a spear point look. So generally, as you can see, these knives look kind of alike, and they are what we would consider a bushcraft knife. First, we must also agree that the concept of bushcraft is very old and is basically wilderness skills, woodcraft, or primitive living. However, the term bushcraft is fairly modern and covers a wide but commonly defined set of practices such as woodcrafting, fire making, shelter building, hiking and navigation, food prep and cooking, and water purification. The term bushcraft became mainstream in the early 2000s to present, so really in the last 20 years or so. There are a few reasons for the bushcraft movement. First, the publication of influential books in the 90s and 2000s. Next, the emergence of online communities such as forums and websites that popularized the term bushcraft. And finally, the rise in content creators promoting bushcraft. This growing interest in bushcraft prompted manufacturers of equipment and gear to start advertising their products using the term bushcraft. So technically, bushcraft gear is the same gear as any outdoor or survival gear. After all, what makes a bushcraft bag different from any other outdoor bag? So the bushcraft knife is a product of both market interest and marketing, at least in my opinion. But how did the bushcraft knife design come about? I think it's a combination of three things. The first is the influence of the Finnish puukko knife, which I have a version over here. So this is a Scandinavian design. It has a Scandi grind, doesn't have a full tang, but it looks like that, and also sports a wood handle. Next, there has been an increased popularity of full tang or hidden tang construction due to technological advances and consumer expectations of strength and the influence of knife makers, of course. So this is a hidden tang. This is the Condor Pterosaur. It has a plastic handle, but you can see the tang is full, it's just hidden there. We do have full tangs over here and here, as you can see. So these are definitely influenced in today's market of what a bushcraft knife should have. And finally, I think the Ramirez Woodlaw knife definitely played a big influence. He has a big TV personality who pushed bushcraft, And this Bushlaw knife by Condor is very, very close to the original Woodlaw knife. Now, I don't have the Woodlaw knife. In fact, it doesn't sell, it's discontinued now. It's called the Bushcraft knife, and it's £495. And personally, I won't pay that much for a Bushcraft knife. But definitely, Ray Mears gets a lot of credit for popularizing the style and look of the knife. So what do you think? Are these style knives really that perfectly suited for bushcraft? Are they that ergonomic? Is the size, the grind just right? And do you think they perform better than any other outdoor knife? Or is it just marketing? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.